Serving southern New Mexico, this is the award-winning KRWG-TV News 22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Hazlett.
And I'm Noah Padaka. One woman is dead tonight and another is injured following a crash late last night.
Police responded to reports of a crash at the intersection of Loman and Espina, where they found a car and a truck wrecked. The driver of the car died from her injuries and the passenger was transported to University Medical Center in El Paso. Police say they arrested a 17-year-old boy and learned that he was racing an unknown driver. The boy is charged with vehicular homicide, leaving the scene of a crash, and several traffic violations.
El Paso is being thorough in their searches at the border. On February 20th, Customs and Border Protection officers apprehended a 24-year-old U.S. citizen with an arrest warrant for homicide. The man was secured and escorted, where upon further inspection, his identity was confirmed. The individual was turned over to local authorities and is awaiting transportation to the original agency in Brownfield, Texas. And Jenny, I still have some, dust in my eyes from that wind today.
I know, it was pretty windy out there. Jaden, what can you tell us about those current conditions?
Well, definitely Las Cruces is living up to its name of the Windy City, with winds at southwest at 20 miles per hour. It's partly cloudy with a temperature of 57 degrees, humidity at 34%, dew point at 29, and barometer of 29.59. Taking a look at today, our high was 61 degrees with an average of 65, low of 41. The record was back in 2017 at 76.5, and 2013 a low of 26. There was no rain today, so that leaves us at 0.51 inches. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Jaden. Collapsed buildings, destroyed neighborhoods, and nearly 50,000 lives have been claimed since the 7.8 magnitude earthquake has left a destructive mark in Syria and Turkey. Even though the damage happened across the world, the pain of the victims are felt right here in Las Cruces, with one local group trying to help in any way they can, such as through food.
Raja Shindi is an accounting professor here at NMSU. She's from Afghanistan and feels for the victims of the disaster.
It's tragic to see and observe. So, I feel want to do something, and this is a small contribution to the tragedy. You know,
She and other volunteers of the Southern New Mexico Islamic Center filled almost 120 containers of traditional Afghan rice, chicken, and handmade flatbread. Proceeds from this fundraiser will go to the victims in Syria and Turkey that have been affected by the earthquakes.
It's just a small thing to, you feel like you're contributing and supporting the victims in Turkey and Syria. So just a small contribution.
With so much devastation and need, she knows this effort will be just a drop in the bucket, but hopes it will last and at least help a few people. Jaden Awan, News 22.
And if you're looking for more fundraisers to help raise money for the Turkey and Syrian victims, more information will be posted on the NMSU hotline.
And stay tuned, Jaden will be back with your national forecast. And later, Jackie will have the scoop on sports.
Welcome back. You're watching News 22 Wednesday,
where news matters.
If you're a musician and want to get your music noticed, there's a place here on campus to make that happen. KRUX is the campus radio station here at NMSU, and it sponsors music events like concerts, karaoke days, and DJ events, which are all free to college students. All the musicians are from New Mexico, which gives them a head start in the music industry. Last weekend, KRUX Crux hosted the Love SM concert.
We have bands coming from all over New Mexico. As part of Crux, we try to give bands their first start and play their music for the first time on the radio. So we try to get local bands, small bands, and give them their start so they can find their way to fame.
And Crux will have more opportunities in the future for local musicians to share their music. The next concert will be in April for the 3-day-long Crux Festival.
Now, Noah, we know that it was super windy here in Las Cruces today. Tell me about those other, or I'm sure other cities were too.
Hopefully, definitely windy. Jaden, what can you tell us?
Taking a look at our cities around here, it is especially windy, but not across the entire United States. For right now, as you can see, right in New Mexico in the El Paso area, that's where we are having the worst winds. If we take a look at my next map for tonight's temperatures, we have Lubbock at 41, El Paso at 43 degrees, Albuquerque at 29, Phoenix at 45, Las Vegas at 38, and Salt Lake City at 16. But as well as you can see, New Mexico and the El Paso area is still in that cold front, and that should last us all week. That's all for the national forecast. I'll be back later with your local. Back to the break. Welcome back. Taking a look at our current temperatures right now across the state. Farmington's at 34 degrees, Gallup at 26, Santa Fe at 25, Albuquerque at 35, Socorro at 51, and then Deming at 43 degrees. Taking a look for tomorrow, Las Cruces, we're going to be at a nice 63 degrees, Roswell at 67, Ruidoso at 41, Socorro at 56, and then Farmington at 38, and Deming at 58 degrees. Taking a look at neighboring cities, Alamogordo, it's going to be a cold night tonight with a low of 37, and tomorrow you're going to have some rain with a high of 56. Truth or Consequences is going to experience the wind just as we are with a low of 38, and then tomorrow a high of 56 as well. Silver City going to see snow tonight with a low of 28, and tomorrow it's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 47. And then Las Cruces tonight, it's going to be cold with a low of 38 degrees, partly cloudy, and then tomorrow it's going to be a high of 63 with also some sun. That's all for your local weather. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Jaden. Some promises is still expected to come from New Mexico State University athletics. With a successful season, the NMSU football team is excited for what another year can bring. And Christian Cruces reports.
Victory and joy. This is something Las Cruces hasn't seen from this football program in 3 years. Last month, the city hosted a celebration for the NMSU football team after they won their first bowl game in 3 years and only their second in 62 years at the Quick Lane Bowl in Detroit against Bowling Green.
And how about, we talked about it, this is a New Mexico State team that started the season 0-4. And you end up with 7 wins and a bowl win. Outstanding job by Jerry Kill and his staff.
I just can't thank everybody enough for all the support that they provided and stuck with us. We were 0-4 at the beginning of the year, but Aggie Nation didn't quit, and they were rewarded with a Quick Lane Bowl championship.
Things started to turn around after the Aggies beat in-state rival UNM, and the chance for a bowl game became more realistic after the win against Liberty University. This success has also given the organization a chance to recruit better talent than ever before.
With the Aggies going into a new season, Coach Kill and the team hopes that they can be just as successful in Conference USA as they were this year.
Oh yeah, Conference USA is great for our university. It brings a lot of money to our university, also Las Cruces, and it gives us an opportunity to win a conference championship, and there's 6 bowl opportunities there. And also they're increasing championship teams to 10 or 12 teams, and it also gives you a chance to get in that. So we got a long way to go, but this is a good start for us.
With the Aggies securing a successful season, Coach Kill says that he will never forget the 2022 Aggie football team.
Go Aggies!
Christian Cruces, News 22.
And let's kick it over to you, Jackie, for a look at sports.
Thanks, Noah. And coming up in sports, men's basketball fans are getting a refund on their season tickets. Don't go too far because News 22 Sports is next.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
Welcome back. I'm Jackie, and let's jump into sports. The men's basketball season ticket holders will soon be getting their money back. Athletic Director Mario Mosha announced in an email will be soon sent out to purchase season ticket holders, explaining the different options to either refund or credit the holders. Along with the email pertaining the details, there will be a form for the holders to fill out. They must either select whether they would like a refund or credited them for baseball or softball season tickets for this spring semester, or football season tickets for next fall. So be on the lookout for that email. And the NMSU women's basketball team is looking to turn around their previous loss to Cal Baptist over the weekend. The Aggies fell short 65-73 over the Lancers, dropping overall now 13-14 this season. This Thursday, they will play against UT Arlington at the Pan Am at 6 p.m. and you can catch the action on ESPN+. William Jacobs made his dreams come true by getting to participate in senior night with the Centennial Hawks men's basketball team last Thursday. After winning tip-off, Jacob walked the ball up the court and the left-handed guard drove to the basket against one of the top guards in the district. Jacob suffered from a stroke at just 3 years old due to bleeding in his brain. With the fear of not being able to speak or talk, he is beating the odds. And Jacob says, "I never thought I would be able to step out on the court and be able to shoot a basketball or drive on another high school team." He has had a lot of support from Centennial men's basketball coach Benjamin Williams, who has been a special education teacher for 20 years. Williams says, "Whatever we can do for these kids and provide a memorable experience, I'm all for it." Now, at the age of 18, Jacob is a manager for the high school basketball team and plans to graduate in May as a 4.0 student and continues his education at the University of New Mexico. And that's all for Sports Tonight. Join us for more sports in action tomorrow. Still ahead on News 22, Jaden will be back to take a look at your 5-day.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at our top stories. One woman is dead tonight and another is injured following a crash late last night. If you want your music to be noticed, you can send it over to the Cruces radio station. And Las Cruces is celebrating because our NMSU Aggie football team has won their second bowl game in the last 62 years. And now let's take a look at that 5-day forecast.
Taking a look at our 5-day, tomorrow it's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 63. Friday also partly cloudy with a high of 67, low of 49. Saturday mostly cloudy, and Sunday it's going to be windy once again with a high of 61 and a low of 29. And then on to our Monday, it's going to be nice and sunny with a nice high of 64 degrees. That's all for your 5-day forecast. Back to the desk.
And that's all for News 22 Wednesday. Thank you everybody for joining us tonight. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for more news. I'm Noah Padaka.
And I'm Jenny Hazlett. And from the whole News 22 team, Noah, Jaden, Jackie, and myself, good night.
This news brief in Español is brought to you by Noticias 22, Spanish language news for southern New Mexico and West Texas. Noticias 22.
Buenas tardes, yo soy Emiliano Iñiguez Salgado, gracias por estar con nosotros en Noticias 22. Un accidente vehicular sucedió en Las Cruces el martes en la noche, cobró la vida de una mujer de 21 años, hirió a otra mujer y resultó en el arresto de un joven de 17 años, que se cree que es el culpable de la colisión. El accidente sucedió a las 10 de la noche en la intersección de la avenida Lowman y la calle Espina. Según reportes, el responsable conducía un Dodge Ram 2006 por la avenida Lowman a gran velocidad, cuando este impactó contra un Hyundai Sonata 2013 en el que iban las pasajeras de 21 años, Amanda Jean Murillo Gallegos, y la conductora de 27 años, aún sin identificar. El joven conductor abandonó la escena a pie, pero se entregó a las autoridades. Las dos víctimas fueron llevadas a diferentes hospitales, donde Gallegos pereció debido a las heridas, mientras la conductora está siendo tratada en el centro médico de la Universidad de El Paso. Como ya les habíamos comentado la semana pasada, el resto de la temporada de básquetbol fue cancelada. Hoy, el Departamento de Atléticos de la Universidad Estatal de Nuevo México anunció que se reembolsarán los boletos comprados tras la cancelación de la temporada de básquetbol masculino de este año. La cancelación fue debido a la investigación del supuesto abuso de varios jugadores de los Aggies hacia otros estudiantes de primer año del mismo equipo. Los compradores podrán recibir un reembolso o podrán comprar boletos para la temporada de fútbol americano de otoño de este año o la temporada de básquetbol de la siguiente temporada. Esto ha sido todo por mi parte. Muchas gracias por vernos. Hasta luego.